So welcome to our interview. We're super excited. That's our team who will be asking a few questions. So I'll start first, and then they will kind of pick up with a few questions at the end. So if you could introduce yourself to the people who will be watching this video, what do you do, how you help people, yeah, just your niche, any details you want to share with us.
My name is Mike Bausch. I own a restaurant group called Andaladies Worldwide and the Unsliced Restaurant System that helps independent restaurant owners go from owned to owner.
Amazing, lovely. And then at the point A, so when you joined this coaching, could you please share with us like any revenue numbers that you had from Instagram specifically, or the number of followers you had before joining the coaching?
I I had found so when I started with this program, I had used Instagram for my initial course launch, and it did well, but I then never went back to it. And I didn't increase follower count. I didn't do any videos back then. I just kind of understood the basics of nurturing through text. Uh, and since mid-May, when we started posting, I've gone from 1,800 followers, 17 to 1,800 to 59 something today. Like, I haven't checked this morning, but each day it goes up about 50 to 100 as of late. And the sales numbers, it's a little hard to define. I have some people who it were aware of me that it reinvigorated them to be like, oh yeah, you're doing that. Let's get on a call. And some people that weren't aware of me at all, and the the amount of bookings and everything has grown exponentially. So instead of having to fight for getting a lead, it's now an abundance, and having to triage is the new problem of the day, which is a good problem to have.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. So for followers, because you're also using the Done For You service, which is like where we help you with the content scripting. So it went
Yeah,
from like 1,800 to, yeah, I just checked your account. It's 5,928 followers. So like almost at 6K in a few months, which is
yeah.
amazing. And then for the revenue, so some numbers we had is like around 30K in sales. Is it the cumulative over the month, or is it just kind of prediction with the mix of your previous leads and current leads? So like any breakdown that you can give us.
That cut out for a moment. What was the first part of that question?
So for the revenue, could you please give us like a breakdown, maybe how much you were able to make in the past month? Maybe it's a mix from Instagram and something else. Maybe it's like, hey, those are old leads, but they were able to find me because of the content.
Pro I mean, you could quantify it as for this month. If do you want this month or all months combined?
Whatever you can share. Preferably
Okay,
everything, this and last month as well.
I would I'll give you the hard number based on if you want the uh I would place it at six, so 30K.
Lovely. So 6 to 30K in the past month.
Six leads, which for me, because my program is 5K, it's 30K.
Okay, got it. Amazing. That's not a bad ratio. Lovely. So, and what helped you to achieve those results? So again, it's tripling the followers and just getting the 30K from the revenue. Any maybe free main steps or free main techniques or I don't know, something that you learned that helped you to achieve those numbers?
The it's here's the elevator pitch. I would say is I didn't have a good grasp of what mattered on Instagram, and I think there's a lot of fluff saying with counterbalancing, like, hey, be all parts of your personality to just go super niche, and even setting up the profile for success is something I've used across all my restaurants. Even so, it started on a good foot, and then it built into using content strategy that was multifaceted, that made sense, and then it was just purely execution. And when I'm set up for success, I can deliver, and that's why it worked.
Got it. Sweet and short. Love that. And then in terms of emotions, so we also obviously care about how you feel about your business, whether you're enjoying it, whether the load is too much or not. So what were your emotions before you joined the coaching? So maybe it's scarcity or fear. And then right now, how do you feel? when you like get those leads coming in and followers?
I would classify that I was looking for a solid lead strategy and I felt ambiguous as to like it was ambiguous as to would it be YouTube? Would it be Instagram? Do I need to do paid ads? What's going to be the path? And I felt that paid ads, while I'm not opposed to doing them eventually, it felt inauthentic to start with paid ads. And so when I saw it was an organic approach and delivering value, not just beating someone over the head, like buy my thing, but hey, here's value for you. And if you want to get with me, that's on your own volition. I think it makes more sense to my brand because it's more authentic and it's more endearing. And that's what I liked about that end of it. As far as the where I am now, I see the growth. I like to move. I like to do things. So it never felt like overwhelming to me. The beauty of it's way easier to film talking head content than restaurant content. I don't need to like get the shot right. I just talk and talking about my field of influence is very easy for me. So I could pound out at sometimes 28 reels in less than an hour.
That's insane. Amazing. And yeah, because you started talking about the Done For You, maybe any kind of insights or any tips that you would give to people who maybe are struggling with the content. So why did you decide to go with Done For You? And how are you using it right now?
I'll say it because I know this is being phrased towards the end user. So I'll phrase it essentially. I chose to go for Done For You because I am at a level where I need my time is very valuable and turning my brain off to certain aspects of it to then modify something saves me time and lets me know I'm on the right path. I would equate it with having a personal trainer. Most people are like, of course, eat less or you could come up with a workout, but it's a lot better to have someone there with you bouncing back ideas and providing the workout so that you know it gets done. So it's not a hope, whim, or a prayer, but that it's effectively part of your SOP and your marketing SOP. And having that back and forth is extremely important. And the biggest differentiator, I would say is the team is extremely efficient. They move quick. I'm not waiting at any point. And because the team moves quick, comes up with content ideas quickly, edits quicker than anyone I've ever seen, it's possible to pull this off.
Lovely. That's the review that I'll be sharing with a ton of people. Thank you so much for that. And then just the last part from my side. Imagine we have two kind of different people. So one person just joined the coaching. They're still scared. They may be like questioning whether they made the right decision. So what would be your advice for people who just joined the coaching?
If they so Done For You or just in general?
So just in general, or like any specific tips you want to share?
If you just joined this group, I would say lean into you and your personality because that's going to help the most for the content. Understand that it's a process and go with it. Relent, giving obviously if you signed up, you realize you don't know everything. So just surrender to it and let it roll and let it take you somewhere.
Lovely. Surrendering and following the coach's guidance. And then
I don't know how many people don't do that, but I would imagine there's quite a few.
yes, maybe sometimes. And then the second person is thinking about joining. So maybe they had a call with us, maybe they just seen the content from Mike. So they're just still questioning whether it's the right decision or not. What made you decide, or like what helped you to make this decision?
On the real, like what made it for me was I saw the ad and I went to one of my friends who's very big and was a large follower. I said, "Is this legit?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, that guy's legit." And I trust his opinion. And I was like, "All right, I'm going to do a call with them." And then from a cost benefit analysis, I'm lucky that my price, so I knew that the bar was pretty low to beat out to get there. And I'm looking at this as a long play. Now, to condense that answer, I would say what made it an obvious for me was I trusted the people I hit up were trusted resources. They said this was legit, and that's all I needed. And then from a cost benefit analysis, I knew I didn't have to do much for this to prove ROI, and it did that in many ways. Also, my awareness of what to do in the social space has increased. I have increased to almost 6K followers, which in the grand scheme of things would sound like, okay, that's cool. Like this guy has 30, this guy has 50, but it's all pure. There's no bots in this 6K. There's no like randos. It is so filled with ideal clients by and large. And the follow-up sequences, I know that because it's verified through the follow-up sequences, that there's really very little ambiguity as to who I'm speaking to.
Love that. I literally have goosebumps right now. So thank you so much for all those details. These are all the questions from my side. So guys just will ask a few more if you have time for us.
Sure.
Yeah, I got one for you, Mike. Good to meet you, by the way. Was the call with us? I might be wrong, but you don't strike me as the kind of person that only just had one call with people that may be able to help you out. Were we the very first ones, or did you speak to anyone else?
I had it was, but I was at the point where I was on the cusp of doing meta ads.
Okay.
And I was like with a company that was like, okay, they were like, film some more content, and then we'll give you some ideas for what to do on ads. And I was like, I don't know if ads is the play here, but maybe. And then I got a call again. If I hit up my friend who does a lot of social, and the second he said, yeah, I follow that guy's stuff all the time. He's
Okay.
great. I would listen to him. That was like, all right. And then the price was there. I was like, okay, game on, let's go. And sometimes if I feel like it's feeling right, I'll go with it. And that's what happened here.
Okay. Excellent. So it was a feeling. I was gonna say, was there anything you had, your experience on that call you had? I don't know who you initially spoke to that got you across the line from their end. Us doing what we do. Is there anything that you loved hearing on that call you had?
The concept of done for you,
Okay.
that's really what I was looking for the most of. Like someone who's I'm still gonna be me, I'm still gonna film it, but then I could be pretty hands off. That I could turn my brain off to the rest of it. And then turn my brain on when it's time to turn my brain on. That's what the term done for you is what I got. Now I did it. There's a lot of work that I have to do still on this, but I looked at it and it all is resonating. It's all moving the needle. So I'm very happy to do it.
Yeah. Great. Okay, cool. Thanks for being so transparent.
It's not for lazy people. I'll say that. It's not a
There we
good
go,
program
we
if you're
got there.
lazy.
Good, good. But success probably isn't for lazy people either, right?
No, I totally agree. I think the term done for you could be misconstrued. Um, but also, my biggest fear is like, shit, how am I gonna? I don't want to write captions, and I don't want to like post this.
Yeah.
And then I got a scheduler, and then I just showed it to a VA, and I was like, great, all right, good.
Wicked. Glad to hear. And yeah, all the best with your continued success.
Right on. Thank you guys.
Of course.
And then I guess, Mike, when you talked to, it was Tommy, right? Did you guys move forward on the first interaction? Or were you kind of like
I
still
believe so.
concerned? Okay. What do you
Yeah.
feel like gave you the confidence to do that? Because I'm pretty like the done for you is our most premium service. And then for you as a business owner, you had a bit of validation from someone from the outside saying, hey, these guys are legit. But what do you ultimately think that did it for you? Because I know value proposition is
I showed my videos. I apologize for cutting off. I showed my videos of what I currently was like about to post and some stuff I had. I was like, just tell me. And he was like, it's good, but it's not going to connect to the way you want it to connect. And I don't think I could get the vibe he wasn't just crapping on it because to get the sale. And that's the space I was in where I was like, my tips, I'm a little bit, I overthought it. I was like, I'll make really, really nuanced tips. And the scripting team was like, no, we just need to hit people over the head with like the obvious things first. Before we get into like really nuanced stuff, we need to hit them over the head with the obvious stuff. And I think I probably would have held back a little bit on like what content I'm giving out there. As much as I've read and seen enough Hermosi to know to put it all out there, I was like, is that like one of my best things? Do I want to put that out there? And then I saw it in the script and I saw someone else kind of saying something. I was like, let's go, let's see what happens. And it's worked. So I'm fine with it. But on the call, if you're saying what helps the sale, I mean, he did all the things on a proper sales call. He saw where I'm at, what the pain point was, what the ideal scenario is. It matched as an ideal client in that I'm a high ticket person who can speak on camera, who doesn't have apprehension and wants to win. So I was an ideal client. I could tell that I was an ideal client, and then done for you like a personal trainer at the rate of pay. And I was like, okay, if I just get 3 sales off this, it'll pay for itself. I could categorically say it got 6. It potentially could have been more intrinsically. There's a lot of people who were like, oh, I've read Mike's book, but I was like, this call came right when I started doing Instagram. So I knew it was, and they're a follower. So I knew it was almost just hitting that top of mind awareness as well.
Thanks for that.
Hey, Mike. So, first of all, thank you again for being here. My question to you is, what was that very first week like with working with our team? Is there anything that surprised you, or, what was that first conversation like that you guys had? Did it really solidify for you right away that you'd made the right decision?
The first week wasn't like, so I'm saying this more for you guys because I don't think I've done a lot of onboardings. There wasn't anything incredibly different, but I would say Reagan struck me as cool, and I think she's a very solid employee. Now, in fairness, I've met a lot of people over the years that are like great on the first call. What matters is, do they ping back quick and consistently? That's what happened, and that's what I was like, all right, good. This is a place I could call my social media home, because a lot of things are like, hey, all right, just checking in like 3 weeks later, and you're like, am I getting new scripts? Oh yeah, we're gonna get you that right away, or you get it some asinine manner. And also when I gave feedback like, hey, it works better if I get it like this, that happened. So common sense ain't common, and there's doers in this world and don'ters. And I would say that this company is filled with doers. And you guys work there. Good for you. You know how much complete garbage is out there when people are like, bro, we're going to get you in. We'll have you at 100K in like 2 weeks. And after that, it's just going to be easy. And we'll build all the funnels. ChatGPT is going to zip it to Zapier. Zapier is going to take all your clients and then just give you money. So all you got to do is give us money right now. It's going to be done, bro. It's going to be awesome. That's like 90% of the bullshit out there, right? Am I wrong?
You're accurate.
You
Yes.
got it.
Valid point for sure.
So you guys, the X factor is differentiating. We are not bullshit.